Hi there. I don't feel like putting my face in front of the camera today. Besides, you have enough talking head recordings. How about some pictures? This, I think, is one of the most, if not the most amazing picture I've ever seen. That's a red-winged blackbird hitching a lift. Now, I don't know whether that's a hawk or maybe it's a golden eagle or I don't know what. It's clearly a bird of prey. And I think that's pretty amazing. Doesn't it make you wonder what's the communication that's going on there between those two birds? We get so focused inside the mind sometimes that and we have a history of looking at animal life as if they're dumb and they don't have any way of communicating. Not everyone, obviously. I mean, people that are watching my journals, my videos, are not going to be so much in that camp. Well, I tell you what, I gave my dog a treat at the wrong time, and so there he sits back there chomping. So while I talk to you, I think I will also be finding some little kind of maybe pleasant music to play in the background and cover up Kismet's enjoyment there. All right, I mean, nothing wrong with enjoying a treat, but golly gee willikers. So, what are those birds saying? What are they communicating to one another? What, you wonder, did the one bird ask permission of the other? I mean, obviously, the large bird could just do a roll and dump the little guy, but he's not doing that. How about some Chinese music? See if I can get it to play soft enough to be in the background. Okay, now I find this fascinating. We could paint any kind of story around it. Maybe the blackbird is injured, or we could come up with all kinds of ideas. I have more fun, I think, just tuning in to the two birds themselves and wondering. Nature can really bliss me out. How about you? Okay, so that's a question. Now, of course, we can also say, I am that. Do you try that sometimes? Our life experience is largely structured based on our beliefs. And so once you accept and know that I am that all that is accessible right within you, that everything is fractal, it's a hologram. You cut it in a bazillion pieces and it makes a bazillion full copies of itself. It's all contained within an atom. It contains cosmos. So at the very least, you contain these birds. That being the case, it's a matter of shifting awareness, isn't it? You're not reaching out to something that's outside of you. In any case, everything is contained within. Well, this is a way to use that, to play with it. Remember, we're here to play and have fun as well as to learn. Now, I have two things that I'm going to combine for you here as we go forward. I have a collection of angels and crystals and statuary, Buddhas and different things like that. And I have a friend who's a photographer, so she likes to take pictures of things. Now, if I can figure out how to use my webcam software here, I'll figure out how to change the picture for you. I also have pictures of lots of things, lovely rainbows and things, although I was never a picture taker myself. Probably somewhat unfortunately, as far as raising my daughter, you know, I just wasn't like most parents to have lots of pictures. Bless her heart. So the ones we have mostly are the ones that others took of us. Okay, I guess I have to be more selective in order to have it show you photos. The folders I'm clicking on, since Shelby takes hundreds of pictures when she takes them, looks like they contain too many shots. So my apologies for learning on your time here how this stuff works. Pictures. What else do I have that I could share with you? Oh, this is fun. Let me do this. I just have to learn how to work these things. Now, this is boxed. Bagged or bucketed. Racked. And stacked. Isn't that fun? I wouldn't want to try to get all those critters to pose at the same time. I mean, especially considering cats aren't something you can train. I thought those were enjoyable enough that I saved those pictures. The picture of, let's call it an eagle, I guess, and the blackbird is something that just came to me in an email. You know how you get those things that people will send you that have funny pictures or different pictures. So that's where that came from. Maybe you've received the same thing yourself. There were many other pictures with it, but that's what I fell in love with, was that particular one. It just absolutely stunned me. Okay, I think I'm learning how to do this. Am I going to get some angels? Yes, I am, after all. Okay, so I'll let you look at this lovely while I go down through in search of a particular one. You know, there's all kinds of angels and poses and concepts. A lot of them, like this one, you know, they've given them wings. I think chances are good, if these are real beings, what those are or were in the original was beams of light, light rays, emanations. Now, this is somewhat unusual. She is a very favorite angel statue of mine. And what we've got in her hands there, see if you can figure it out before I find a shot maybe from above that makes it more clear for you. There we go. That's a crown of thorns. And so now let's go back and have a look. Why would I have an angel like this, and why would I be so partial to her? What's so special I mean, it seems strange at first, doesn't it? An angel with an expression like that, making an offer of the crown of thorns. Now, this is, I think it's numbered. It probably has a name and a concept that the artist had putting it together, making it. I choose to see what my heart says to me about it. And it was a real visceral attachment I had to it the first time that I saw it. It just stopped and stunned me in my tracks. My life has been hard. How about yours? I don't think any of us have had it particularly easy this go-round. Shelby does like to play with the backgrounds. And so we don't often think of our difficulties as being a gift, do we? And that's what we're looking at here. Can you see that? How it's an angelic offering. In other words, it's coming from higher self. Crown of thorns. Why? What's with that? Now, I know some will be objecting, and that's fine. Just watch and observe yourself with it. See how you feel. And just watch. You know, don't try to change how you feel. Maybe you're angry at how hard your life has been. And maybe you've got it all worked out in your belief system that it's from the devil or something. You know, that your difficulties, your challenges, your heartbreak, your pain, that didn't come from above. That God had nothing to do with that. That you were bad or something and you were being punished. Who knows? We have been fed every kind of belief system imaginable and then some. We've concocted within ourselves such a wide variety of ideas around difficult things, around pain. And so I present this to bring a shock to your system. If that's the kind of beliefs or belief system that you've created there, that society and parents and school and childhood and everything has conspired with you to create, why not shatter that glass? Let it fall and see what's left. Take a new and a different perspective. In higher self, we're all one. We're all joyful. We're united. We're complete. And we don't have concerns about things like this. This is, I don't know that it's strictly a 3D thing, because I just don't have full awareness yet to be able to say anything about that. I do know that it is a 3D thing. And so it pays perhaps to go in heart and spend some time remembering. Remember. You've been dismembered. We all have. And we're remembering. We're putting ourselves back together. And we're redefining self while we're at it. They've tried to capture us in too small a container. It won't work. It already wasn't working a very good bit. And with the massive awakening that's ongoing now around the planet, Day after day, there's more and more of us that suddenly pop out of the daze. And we're not so easily captured anymore. So let's have a new look. How about we go into heart and put yourself on the other side. Not getting a life review this time. Put yourself on the other side before taking incarnation. And perhaps you're meeting with your spiritual guide or with a council of elders of light beings, and you're looking at the life that's ahead there for you, at what the plans are. We all get to see what will be the major initiations, the triumphs, the challenges that are possible. We all have an idea of what we're working on. We're working with a team. Other light beings, yes, but also with our guides and elders, with the ancestors, if you will. And so we have a certain sense of mission, of what we'd like to accomplish in any one life. And I think if anyone stops to ponder, we'll quickly realize that sunshine and flowers and lollipops and happy songs isn't a good way to grow. I mean, we have that already on the other side. It's such a blissful awareness that we have, and that I challenge you to connect with in your own heart, because it's not inaccessible to us here and now. We might not have the fullness of it, but we can definitely plug into that current of that joy. And it's celestial. It's nothing that mind can make heads or tails of, because you can have this even in the midst of pain and tears and crying over something else. There is still, it never leaves. It's always there. And you're multidimensional and you're multifaceted. You're not linear. We've been taught to be in left brain, and so we see everything as linear, all laid out on the ground like a snake. You know, it has a head and it has a tail and it has all those vertebrae in the middle, and it has to be gone through like that. Well, we're on all kinds of dimensions and levels and densities and incarnations and planets and stars, and we're all of that. And that's if you're just looking at your own incarnations, much less expanding out into the greater whole that we also are, which is everyone else's and yours combined. Which, that's a misnomer, because it's not separate, it's all one. But anyway, we'll leave that for now. So we're having a look and unplugging from, see, I didn't even know this was going to be an unplugged video. We're unplugging from the idea that pain is wrong, or that it's bad, or that it's even negative. It's not. It can be. It's like a body. Is it good or is it bad? It is what it is. What's the soul like that's in it? How is that being using that body, that mind? It's how do we use it? You know, you can pick up a shovel and you can dig a hole with it, or you can club somebody over the head with it. It's not in the shovel itself. The shovel is neutral. Well, how about looking at what happens to you that way? At least look at it as neutral. Can you unplug? Can you separate out enough to realize that if the same exact circumstance that happened to you that upset you, let's just, you know, say in any one particular situation, if that same exact thing happened to 10 other people, they wouldn't all react the same way. It's not in the thing that happens, it's in us. You see? There is no negativity out there. Negativity is a choice that we make from inside. And I'm not even saying that there's anything wrong with it here, so don't hear that. Be in your heart. I mean, if you're standing there with your spiritual guide just before incarnating and having a quick go over review of what the plans are and what your goals and your dreams and your hopes are before being born, before going into your mother's womb there with the baby, you have positive feelings about what's ahead. You realize that everything is for a purpose. It's a part of the grand design. And only good can come out of it if that's your choice. It was all designed for the good, you see. However it came about is neither here nor there right now. The point is, how we respond to things is in us. Things in themselves aren't positive or negative, they just are. I suppose maybe that's enough for one journal. Let me see what else I have here. I have such beautiful things, and my friend really enjoys taking pictures. I have mirrored cabinets. I guess they're called curio cabinets that you can see there. Let me close with one particular one. I love these with the dolphins. And there you see her mirrored there. What a joy life is and can be if we'll only change our perspective on it, right? Our point of view. Blessings, my friends.